All right, everyone, and hello. And welcome to the 20th anniversary Monster Hunter Countdown, this time with number 210, Terra, Shogun, Ceanataur, first only appearance in Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. Really good armor. I don't think the majority of people that would have gone through this game in G rank as a blademaster would skip Terra's armor. Honestly, even normal Ceanataur armor is great. First things first, though, I did neglect to go over Red Helm's actual armor skills in the last video. My apologies. For both Blademaster and Gunner, you get defense, constitution, and then you get, whether it's low rank, high rank, and then G rank, Red Helm X. Red Helm X gives resentment, focus, and marathon runner. Overall, would be kind of okay for either dual blades or bow. But I don't know. It's not World, so Constitution isn't as important. Okay, so, I kind of like the Ceanataur armor. I really don't like the way the helm looks. Everything else looks great. The full set together looks amazing, though. I love the way the weapons look. Just the helmet. If I had layered in this game, or if I had the way to hide the helmet, I think I would actually really, really like this set. There's just something about the helmet I don't like. Armor set itself is extremely good. It gives sharpness +1, razor sharp, and expert. The minus defense isn't that big of a deal. Pairing it with the weapon itself isn't that great. The weapon itself already has maxed out sharpness. Oops. Okay, enough raw. It's a little bit of water. Weapons aren't the selling point. It's really the armor, especially in mixed sets, that's good. Hit zones on Terra, Shogun, Ceanataur, kind of bad. I don't know. I mean, sleep, I think, is probably the best thing to go for here. It's either that or thunder. Sleep is nice because it's going to really help you break the claws. Thunder is just good in general if you want to kind of instead go for maybe a little bit more of leg trips. If you're in a group, I guess somebody running paralysis wouldn't be bad either. So the fight itself is pretty fun. I mean, it's as good as you're going to get in the second gen in terms of like monster complexity. Deceptive amounts of damage coming out pretty quickly. Like, unless you're running evasion or you've got a shield or something, he's got some attacks that come out so fast that if you're out of position, you're probably just going to get hit by them. I mean, hammer benefits a little bit here because you could always go into a charge and either do a super pound or one of the other various second gen charge moves, but you'll see that the damage amps up pretty quickly. You have a tendency to get greedy, and then you'll be like, oh god, I've got 5 health left. So much so that sometimes, like, you think you've got an opening, you're like, all right, I gotta go in. It's the perfect opportunity. I could definitely get away with this. Then you find out that you can't. Breaking the arms does give you an advantage. I'm pretty sure he stays angry when you break them in this game. I think that's always been a Ceanataur thing. But it will reduce the range. I think it probably reduces the damage a little bit as well. So that is yet another advantage to if you were running sleep, you'd be more easily have an opportunity to try and break the claws. As for Terra's discrete differences from normal Ceanataur, I've been told, I wish I could have done a little bit more research for you guys. Normal Ceanataur in this game will not be able to shoot water while on the ground. So you can sit here, and normally in Ceanataur you'd be completely safe. Terra, you gotta be a little careful. I got really lucky with my positioning there, but otherwise he has the ability to blast you. And as I was going through this footage, I was shocked, amazed, horrified. I don't know, a range of emotions. He digs a lot. And like when you're actually fighting him, it isn't that bad, but like I'm trying to go through the footage and I'm just like trying to cut out the parts where he's digging, and it's like, man, this guy is always digging. What is this guy's deal? So that's tough. Here's an opportunity to break his claw. Helps a little bit. Obviously, it would help quite a lot more if we were not using a water hammer, and especially if we were using a hammer that would actually have benefited from the sharpness +1. As you saw in the hit zone data earlier, once you break the shell, everything on his body is a lot weaker, but at least as far as I can remember in Freedom Unite, as soon as you break his shell, his AI immediately tells him to run. And then as soon as he digs and then he digs out anywhere else, his shell is back. The more modern era games, if there's one thing that I kind of like about Rise is you can break the shell and it usually gives you a little bit more time to attack the little nubbin on the back. Maybe it makes a little bit more sense in multiplayer. You could have somebody who is on standby to trigger a paralysis, or maybe you would have set up a trap or something like that. Something to make it a little bit easier. Overall, though, I like Terra Shogun Ceanataur. Obviously, his armor is amazing. I mean, that's a reason to like him. But even the fight itself is okay. Only because it's like, you know, Daimyo Hamatar in 2nd gen is pretty simple, pretty straightforward. But Ceanataur, especially in G rank with the amount of damage he's able to do, and his movement patterns and stuff like that, it's tricky. It's a fun one. You gotta use your brain a little bit. Terra Ceanataur Shell. New sublime equipment can be crafted from this giant earth-colored shell. Terra Ceanataur Claw. Giant earth-colored claw that many have succumbed to. Makes great weapons. And makes for a great monster. Thank you, Terra Shogun Ceanataur. You were pretty fun, and you made good equipment. Up next, 210, Thunder Serpent Narwa. Back to Rise. You know, I have a lot of interesting things to say about Narwa. Narwa is interesting because then, you know, they have their own entry later on under Allmother for the fully upgraded version. But you'll have to wait for tomorrow. Thank you for watching. I love you. Goodbye.